What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So, Michigan State basketball gets the win at Washington, 82-63, to improve to 16-2 and 6-1 overall in the Big Ten. And this is one that Michigan State controlled for most of the game. Washington definitely made their runs at home there. They made a run in the first half, was making runs in the second half, trying to crawl back into this game. But listen, Michigan State able to make enough plays, and this game, I think, was one of Michigan State's stronger performances of the year. Obviously, off to a really good start this year. Still a long way to go. But in my opinion, this was one of their, better games overall, especially as we get into it here. Kind of an off night from Jackson Kohler overall. But, and this was a night that you didn't have to, play your main guys super crazy minutes. Jeremy Fears, we'll get into it here, but led the way 29 minutes, so you didn't have to run him into the ground 35, 37 minutes in this one. So I think that was a positive from this as well. But you also go 1-0 on this West Coast trip, which we obviously know how this trip went last year down at USC and UCLA. So we're going to get into this game, but first, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. We'll have more Michigan State basketball content on the channel, so just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. So we'll start out with Washington here, and it was solid. Start of the game was back and forth overall for, the first handful of minutes, and then Michigan State started making shots, kind of grew that lead a little bit. Washington able to shrink it to single digits before halftime, and then in the second half, kept trying to, crawl back into this one, as we said. Michigan State just able to make enough plays, but Hannes Steinbach, obviously, their best player, made his plays in this game. 38 minutes out there pretty much the whole game. He got his 17 and 9, kind of as we expected. 14 shots for him, 6 for 14. Overall. But then the other guys for them in the starting lineup, Frank Kepnog was kind of the, the guy that was the most efficient for them. And he was solid for 13 points, 6 for 8 from the field overall, had 5 rebounds as well. But Zoom Diallo had a really good game for them as well, leads them in scoring with 18 points overall, 7 for 11 from the field, fairly efficient for him overall with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. As well on the night, Kumari Peterson gave them 3 points and 5 rebounds. Bryson Tucker, 5 points overall, 2 for 6 overall from the field, 1 for 4 for 3 from him. You only get 7 points for Washington from your bench, 3 from J.J. Mandequit, and who also gave you 3 assists. And then Wesley Yates, the third, gave you 4 points overall for them. Jacob Ognagovich only played 13 minutes for them. He got up 1 3-pointer. But nothing overall. We'll get more into their team stats here in a second. But overall, Michigan State, solid job defensively overall too. When you look at this thing, 47% from the field, able to hold Washington to 16% from 3 overall. Only gave up 13 free throws in this one. Washington was solid. 10 for 13, 77%. But really good job defensively for, we'll get to this Michigan State defense here in a second, but let's just jump over to the Michigan State side. Why don't we? We'll start with the bench like we usually do. First off, I'll start with Denim Wojcik. He got 11 minutes in this one, and this was probably Denim's best game as a Spartan. He got a bucket. And it was a nice up and under reverse too as the shot clock was kind of going too. He got up 4 shots. He actually got up more shots than, he obviously played more minutes, but then Trey Fort, he got up as many shots as Cam Ward in 8 less minutes overall. Got up more shots than Jesse McCullough. Jesse McCullough played 3 less minutes overall, and then got the same amount of shots up as Cohen Carr, who played 11 more minutes in this one. But a solid job from Denham. He only had 1 turnover in this one, 2 assists. And then he also got that nice kind of wraparound assist to the corner. I think it was Trey in the corner. That hit that 3, or I think it was Kerr in the corner that hit that 3 off that Denham pass. But it was Kerr. But absolutely solid night overall, running things for Denham. And like I said, getting Jeremy only playing 29 minutes in this one definitely provided a big boost for this bench and for Jeremy overall. When you look at the grand scheme of things, keeping him under 30 minutes in this one and not having that much of a drop-off for that backup point guard thing, still keeping things rolling and trying to steal those little minutes, those little pockets, kind of getting Jeremy out around the 14-minute mark to try to steal a minute or 2 before the under 12 timeout, try to get him out at the 9-minute mark as well, try to steal a minute there if you can. So solid night overall. Jesse McCullough, we kind of mentioned him. He only played 8 minutes in this one, 1 for 1 from the field, which is 1 for 1 from 3. And that was on the, one of those, plays where Michigan State got 2 offensive rebounds on that one. Kick out. I think Denham got a shot up on that one. And then it was kind of an all over play, but Michigan State got 2 second chance opportunities on that one with 2 offensive rebounds. And then Jesse was able to pop out on the wing by the Washington bench there. Popped the 3. He got 2 rebounds as well. Solid night for Jesse. Want to continue to see more minutes from him as well if we can. I know some of the lineups, can kind of, get funky. Usually want Jax or Carson out there at all times, but I wouldn't mind seeing some, Jordan Scott at the 4, Jesse McCullough at the 5 type lineup to see what that kind of looks like. I know kind of looking ahead for Jesse McCullough, obviously we know kind of what his role is this year, but looking ahead at next year with Ethan Taylor coming in, he'll probably maybe play more of the 4. It'll probably be like him and Scott, at the 4 position. Ethan Taylor probably come right in and start at the 5, but who knows? Maybe Jesse will start at that 5 next year. Or who knows what happens, but that's a long way away, but solid night overall from Jesse. And I've, liked the minutes that we've seen from him so far. Then you got to talk about the freshman, Jordan Scott. Cam Ward, 20 minutes, 19 minutes overall. Both had 6 points, 3 rebounds for Jordan Scott, 7 rebounds for Cam Ward again. I mean, last time out he had, 7 and 7. He was just solid on the boards. Had a block as well, 3 for 4 for Cam Ward, 3 for 6 overall for Jordan Scott. Jordan Scott over 2 from 3, but just solid, doing all the little things, and really both of them. And they were really pretty much played a close to perfect game, both of them. Besides the Cam Ward, he had the 1 turnover, but he had the weird, I don't know why he was taking the intentional foul, ends up getting called for the flagrant foul on that. They get the free throws and the ball. Thankfully, it didn't really bite Michigan State, but that was kind of a, questionable, moment overall. But overall, incredible, solid from the freshman in this one on a road environment as well. But Hurtang in this one, 20 minutes, 11 points, 3 for 8, 3 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds overall. He was solid overall and hit some big time shots too. And they were momentum swinging shots too. I mentioned that Denham Wojcik wrap around to Kerr. That was a big shot in that one. Kerr also hit the first shot, or the shot that kind of, it was knotted up at 13. He hit a shot as well that kind of got things going, and then that's when Michigan State went on a little run, create some separation in that first half, and was able to kind of keep that the rest of the way. So shout out to Kerr. Still on the boat of want Kerr in the starting lineup. We'll see if that changes. I know Izzo is always a proponent of not really rocking the boat, changing the starting lineup until you potentially lose a game. So I obviously don't want Michigan State to lose a game. I hope maybe he would just make the switch, see that, things run a lot smoother. I don't think it was an incredibly slow start for Michigan State, but we've just seen that. And Divine running that second unit as we kind of get into the starters with Divine starting at the 2 again. I mean, I think when he was running those backup point guard minutes, I mean, they were super solid, very comfortable with him with the ball. 16 minutes, he had 7 points, 3 for 6 from the field, getting shots up as well, had a rebound. And a steal as well, and he was challenging the rim as well. He got to the free throw line 0 for 1, or 0 for 1 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line as well. But just some of the plays he's able to make into the rim as well, his speed overall. But I still just want him running that second unit. I think things would run more smoother. Hurtang back in the starting lineup there, but we'll move to Cohen Carr. 22 minutes, 6 points in this one, 2 for 4, 1 for 1 from 3, 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Some of that is still just hit or miss. Gotta continue to hit the free throws more. But 4 rebounds, 2 assists overall. Thought a solid night from Cohen. I thought really solid on the defensive side of things as well. And that's kind of that there. Carson Cooper, 28 minutes, 10 points, 5 for 10 from the field. Got up quite a bit of shots. Most amount of shots on the team. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, had 2 steals as well. But a lot of those shots, he was comfortable and confident in shooting those mid-range shots, even some, free throw line extended, like free throw line back, a couple steps back from the free throw line on the wing as well, quite a ways out. So he was comfortable hitting those, and he was hitting them as well. I mean, he had a lob in this one. He did get challenged at the rim on one of them, but I mean, just Carson Cooper, his offense, the shots, the lobs, if he's hitting down those mid-range shots, just opens up a whole nother level for this Michigan State team. Then Jackson Kohler, we kind of mentioned at the top, kind of had an off game overall in 22 minutes. 7 points, 3 for 11 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers in this one. And hey, listen, it's bound to happen. I mean, Jax was on an absolute heater from 3, shooting the ball overall, but he still did all the little things he needed to do. Yes, there was the 2 turnovers there, and just was kind of an off night, just couldn't get the shot going. But the fact of the matter is, Jax, who has been, like, him and Jeremy have been your 2 best players, and, he's been your most consistent scorer throughout the year. This is the first game this year that Jackson Kohler, if I'm going off the top of my memory here, but this is the first game this year that Jackson Kohler has not scored in double digits. So you're able to still win a game by 17 on the road when, your guy who has been your most consistent double-digit scorer only scores 7 points. That's a plus there. And listen, Jeremy Fears just continuing ever since that Nebraska game, really, just the aggressive Jeremy looking for his shot just brings this team to a whole nother level. And like I said, keeping him under 30 minutes in this one at 29 minutes. He has 19 points, 6 for 9. Very efficient from the field as well. And we're seeing that. 0 for 1 from 3, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. So he still gets to the free throw line a decent amount, but it's not like some that we saw before the Nebraska game where he's scoring 14 points, but he's going like 11 for 12 from the free throw line, and he's scoring like 1 bucket, going like 1 for 7 from the field or 1 for 5 from the field, something like that. Like, no, what he has been doing, getting to the basket and his creative finishes now, finishing at or near the rim, has just been incredible. His 1 rebound, 5 assists in this one, and only the 1 turnover as well, with 3 steals. I mean, just controlling everything like we talk about, and just can absolutely just kind of flip a game on its head when he is aggressive and attacking like that. And then also still able to pass the ball, get the ball to his teammates to, make this offense run. And it's a completely different offense when he's able to do that, because that brings another dimension. Like, you needed something from either Jeremy or Cohen. You needed Cohen to start to become a consistent offensive player. You needed one of Cohen or Jeremy to become a consistent threat on offense. So you don't have 2 players out in your starting lineup that you don't not need to guard, but you can kind of cheat off of a little bit. And now with Jeremy doing this and being as aggressive as he has been the last handful of games, defenses has to react to that now. He's finding different ways to get his teammates involved, and that's just incredible. And have just absolutely loved this last couple game stretch for Jeremy Fears, and hope he continue that for this rest of the season. Here, when we look at the overall stats here, 48% for Michigan State from the field, 47 for Washington. 3 points. Michigan State, 6 for 19, 3 for 19 for Washington. That's 32% for 16%. 12 for 18 and 10 for 13. Free throw line numbers, 67 and 77. 39 rebounds for Michigan State, 28 for Washington. And Michigan State, a big part of this game, 13 offensive rebounds compared to only 3 for Washington. And then 26 and 25 defensive numbers, rebounds, 14 and 15 assists. 6 and 4 for steals. Both teams had 3 blocks. Michigan State as well. Something we always talk about. Want Michigan State staying in between 8 to 12 turnovers. 5 in this one. Forced 12 Washington turnovers. Michigan State 15 points off turnovers. Only 6 for Washington. 10 fast break points compared to 9 for Washington. 32 points in the paint compared to 42 for Washington. Washington was able to get in the paint. Steinbach and Kapnog was a big part of that as well in this game. And Michigan State got this lead up to 20. As we said, Washington had a 2-point lead at one point as well. But overall, listen, we said it. This was, in my opinion, one of the most complete games for Michigan State. And listen, I know Washington isn't one of the top, 5 or so teams in the conference, but I think it doesn't even have so much to do with that. I think just the stuff that they were running, the intensity on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, just absolutely incredible. I mean, that stuff, you hear it all the time. Defense travels, and, we're seeing that with this Michigan State team here. And like I said, one of their best overall games, I think, as I said, and if you look at Bart Torvik, they give a game score for each game, and this score for this Washington game was a 98. And you look in comparison to some of the other high, game score games, according to Bart Torvik, Indiana last time out, also a 98. USC was 100. Going back into December, Toledo a 97, 100 versus Iowa, 98 North Carolina, 97 East Carolina, Detroit Mercy 96, 99 for Kentucky. So one of Michigan State's higher ranked game score games according to Bart Torvik this year. And then now overall, now KenPom, I believe, has a different rating for adjusted efficiency defense now, but Michigan State on Bart Torvik adjusted efficiency defense now number 2, which they had been floating around 2, 3, like whatever. They're the number 2 defensive team in the country, but I believe KenPom has them as the number 1 defensive team in the country. So I believe they took over that school down the road. So if things hold up, this could be a 1 versus 2 defensive matchup here coming up on the 30th of this month. So we got a few games to go before that one, and we got a tough test staying on the road here, going to Oregon on Tuesday. So we'll be back for a preview for that one coming up on Tuesday night. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. Love the win for Michigan State starting off this West Coast trip on the right foot. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.